Okay, let's go.
How have you been, girl?
Very good. How have you been?
Really, really good. I appreciate you for coming on this call today. Since you've been so successful in the program, I just wanted to ask you a few questions and really just share your experience with me and what you've been through as you've gone through this program because you've done so well. So I'd like to share it with the world because I always call you a star pupil because you are. You're one of the star pupils of the program. So, and you've
Let's
been
go.
awesome. So, yeah, I just have a few questions to ask you about your experiences here and, what to expect for people that are maybe just now looking into the program, maybe people that are trying to decide if they want to join, or people that have just started. So, just got a bunch of questions for you, Aletta, whenever you're ready.
Cool. Let's go.
Yeah, so, tell us about your experience before you started FireFit training, where you were at, and just talk a little bit about where you were before you found FireFit training.
Start with a little bit of a history of myself. I've been overweight my whole life, been in and out of dietitians. People say, try low carb, try high fat, try high protein, try all the fat diets. It's been crazy. And then obviously during Corona, things got worse because everybody was isolating and you didn't get out a lot and didn't move. And at some point I realized, nope, I need to make a change. And I did manage some stuff on my own, but having had gone to so many dietitians as a young kid and my whole life, and with social media these days, you never know what to trust. And I wanted to make a real change and I felt mentally ready. And then I found your Instagram profile and I felt like she knows what she's talking about. I feel like that's cool. And then you reached out and then that's how it started. And it really helped me because you taught me where to start, what to focus on, and all that kind of stuff, and how it was broken down in days. Like, not here's a whole ass book that you need to read. It's like day one, let's just focus on this first and take it step by step, and how to build that. That was really cool.
Sweet. Yeah. I mean, when you came into the program, I feel like you were ready for a lifestyle change. And do you feel like you've gotten that lifestyle change out of this program so far?
Hells yeah, of course. Just by the cooking alone, like how the ratios of things that I use and the type of stuff that I buy, so that I have certain things at home. I don't always necessarily have a set recipe, how I can make my meals a bit more bigger without adding too many calories. And it's been great. Like, I have a few dishes that I make from memory now because I know that it fits in my program.
Awesome. And speaking of food, a lot of people are kind of shocked when they hear the amount of calories that I want them to eat. Was that the case for you?
Not really, because I've never really done calorie counting.
Fair
And
enough.
everything I did once tried, and it was like, you need to do like 1,200 calories. I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And I never did it again. And then when we started doing calorie counting, I was like, okay, cool, let's go for it.
Sweet. Yeah, a lot of people think they're supposed to eat like 1,000 or 1,200 calories, like you said, and they're so used to that. And then by the time they come into the program and I tell them the amount they're supposed to be eating, and they're like, what? I have to eat this many calories? It doesn't make sense. How am I going to lose weight when I have to eat more than I'm thinking? But that's most people's thought process. But I know you were kind of like a blank slate when you came in. You were ready to learn and ready to apply it all. So always exciting. So tell us a little bit about your experience in the gym before you came into the program. Were you already working out? Were you not working out? Have you ever worked out before the program? Just fill us in.
Yeah, so I did a lot of sports at school, and with sports comes injury. So I had like a physiotherapist that my family knew very well and lived close by to us. So we did a lot of rehab, and growing up, I got taught a lot of things that was like important, like how to strengthen your knees and shoulders and how to stay flexible and all that kind of stuff. And as an adult, all of that is a little bit overwhelming because you don't have that structure anymore that you had at home. And that's kind of when it got too overwhelming for me. And I tried, and then it's like, I never know where to start. I don't know what group to do. And even if you do that group, what do I do? Is it too much? Is it too little? And yeah, so now I'm going to the gym way more often. I mean, still probably not the best, but at least once or twice a week, because I still do like badminton and other dancing with the musical practices and stuff like that. So, at least I'm getting out there with the structure that this program has given me. It's like, I know I have programs, I have my push, pull, leg, and I just have to choose which one I have to do or which one is next in the line. So I don't have to worry anymore of, ooh, am I doing enough? Am I not doing enough? It's like, just do this and then you'll be fine.
Perfect. Yeah, because you pretty much have figured out by now of what a normal workout is and what to put in a normal workout. And we've taught you how to do that yourself. So how do you feel about creating your own workout plan? Because I know you've been creating your own workout plans for a while now in the program. So do you feel more comfortable with putting one together where you're at right now?
Yes, I love it because I sometimes add like random stuff that I used to do like way back with like my rehab days, like with the big cable machines and stuff like rotational wood chops and stuff like that. Just good for kind of full body, and I really enjoy doing like random stuff, like also just using like medicine balls or like the big inflatable balls as well instead of benches to do shoulder bench presses, because then you can also activate the glutes and everything. I like it. I feel like I'm getting stronger. I can feel, especially with my badminton, that my knees are getting stronger as well, and my shoulders, so that's giving me a lot of fitness and strength there, and I'm loving it. I can feel it in other aspects in my life as well, especially also with piano. Like I used to have some problem with like sitting up straight, and now I have no problems with that because my shoulders are good.
Always getting stronger. And you have been very consistent, even though, of course, we all have times we fall off, right? We have life events that happen that set us back a little bit, but you've been very consistent throughout these 7 months that you've been here, minus little setbacks here and there, which we all have. But tell us about your progress. How much have you lost so far? And, inches wise, it's in centimeters, it's going to be probably hard to remember. But as far as, do you remember what you started at, where you're at now?
I started with 123.8 kilograms, and I think it's about 8 kilograms now, which is about 16 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been a bit of a plateau this past few months, but it's been not in vain. I've still been losing some centimeters. I've been feeling my clothes still getting looser and stuff like that. And we have now made the change in my calorie deficit, so I'm excited to see what's gonna come next.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your progress has been fantastic. So I'm just going to share on the screen your latest transformation.
That's crazy. I love
I
it so much.
know it's crazy how much you have really slimmed out in your midsection. And these are the same shorts.
Yeah.
It's just crazy to see how they fit you now. And then under the arm right here has toned up a lot. And even in your face, you can notice
Yeah,
a lot of difference.
it's so fun because my family also tells me like they can see a big difference. I can't see it, I can feel it in my clothes, but obviously I can see it now. But when I look in the mirror, I don't see it that much. But when my family, my friends are like, "Wow, did you lose weight again?" And I'm like, "Yes." And I need to buy myself a new belt because the belt that I have, I added extra 2 holes, and now it's gotten too big again. So I'm just gonna go buy myself a new one.
That's a good problem to have, right? You get to go buy yourself new clothes,
It's the
new
best.
belt.
Exactly, especially now with the season change. It'll be nice. Now I can go shopping.
Super proud of you, girl. You've done
Thanks.
awesome. I always tell you every week how awesome you are every time we have these calls. So always proud. But
I
yeah,
love
how
it.
are you feeling with that transformation? Make you happy?
It makes me so happy because, well, this is the first time I've had a coach like this before. I've had a dietitian before that I did monthly check-ins, but this is the first time that I've actually made a difference in my life. Push through and let go of that all or nothing mindset. Sometimes it's still hard and you have to be like, no, it's fine to have a bad day, but let's not give up completely. I'm also proud of myself that I've pushed through and allow myself to make mistakes, and nothing has to be perfect. And even if you go to the gym for just 5 minutes, it's fine. If you don't feel well or if something hurt, just don't do it and do something else or go home. Nothing's perfect and it's all a long stretch. And also in this time of like a plateau, that I'm very happy that I didn't pick back up what I lost. I've been able to maintain, and even like going on vacation, I was also able to minimize my weight gain, because on vacation you do eat a little bit more, but usually what has happened to me in the past is like I would pick up 4 kilograms. This time it was like 0.8 kilograms, which is like great. And then it was way easier to get back on the horse and just keep going.
All right, back on the horse. I like
Yeah.
it. All right. And what do you think is adding up to get you these big changes that you've been seeing?
It's taking it day by day. It's starting with small changes. It's educating yourself on what you need and sticking to one source of truth. Just pick one person, try it. If it doesn't work for you, make changes, And so far it's been working for me. We've reached now the plateau, so now we're making changes and we're going to see if it's going to work. So, yeah, what really adds up is if you don't try and overwhelm yourself. Like when I started, my mindset was obviously I want to do all of these right now. I want to watch all of the videos at the same time and make notes and everything when it's like, no, it's labeled day 1 and day 2 and day 3 for a reason.
Exactly.
Don't go and watch everything all at once and then forget half of what you just saw. And because if you do that at the end of the day, you're just gonna take in half of the things and you're gonna forget the important stuff. And
Yeah.
small chunks, and allow yourself to see the changes in a long period of time, and don't expect for it to happen all in one day.
Yeah, girl, for sure. Is there anything besides like calorie intake that you changed with your diet? Did you change anything? Are you still getting your favorite foods here and then?
Yeah, I was really surprised how much food fits into my calories because I've never really done proper calorie counting. When I saw it, I was like, oh goddamn, probably gonna be over it like crazy. But just cooking at home, and I don't remember, I think the first or second calls, like, I'm not meeting my goals and I'm eating so much. It's like that I have to eat more protein and stuff to meet my goals. It's like, oh, okay, let's go. I had to get some protein supplements and stuff like that. And so that was a big thing for me. Like, oh my God, I need so much food. And that helps me with the fact that when I do allow myself to eat it, it's okay. And then I don't get to a point in the month where I'm like, oh my God, I just need to binge. So if I
Yeah.
allow myself to that in smaller pieces, then it kind of like satisfied the little fast food demon in my mind.
And sometimes you're just so full to where you don't feel like you want to eat those things that are terrible or, like a bunch of sweets or something that whatever your favorite thing is.
Exactly. With everything now, like my stomach has also like shrunk, so I can't eat that much anymore. So what I used to binge on, I can't do anymore, which is great.
Yeah. Did I cut everything that you love out?
Oh, he didn't. Like, I was surprised, especially living here in Germany. The people love their bread here. And I was like, oh, I'm probably never going to be able to eat bread. And like, I'm not meeting my carbohydrate goals, so maybe I can fit a few pieces of bread in. And then I found some cool bread rolls that have actually some protein in it. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm loving this.
Get
And
that protein goal.
yes. And I remember my parents telling when they saw me and they're like, oh, what did you change? And like, yeah, I'm eating this and this. And they're like, but you're not eating any bread or potatoes, right? I'm like, I'm eating that almost every day. I'm loving it. I love potatoes. Like, if you cut potatoes out of my diet, I'm gonna cry. But
Don't worry, I'll never do that to you.
but so far I've been able to eat potatoes and pastas and breads, and it's just all been really cool.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of the program?
I love the community, on Slack, and I love how the resources are online, so you can always go back and rewatch them. And yeah, it's really nice to have that Slack community.
A good group of people to motivate you and push you through, and
Yeah,
it's not just yourself. Well, cool. Before we wrap up, where do you think you would be without this program?
I'd probably be still at my weight before, maybe like 1 or 2 kilos down, but definitely not as strong as I am now. Not as dedicated, I think, either. I probably would be like for 30 days and seeing how, like losing 1 or 2 kilograms. And then, like, okay, after Corona, when I realized that I wanted to do this, I was at a very heavy weight. And since then, I've lost 18 kilograms. Like, I lost 10 kilograms over the space of 2 years before I started this program. And now with this program, I've already lost 8. So even though it's slow, it's a lot faster than anything that I've been able to do by myself.
Awesome.
So that's what I'm really proud of and so happy for, is that it's fast, but it's also not, because it's sustainable. It's small, but also big changes.
I love when you say small but big, because that's what we're going for, right? That just tells me it's only 8 kilos, but looking at your pictures, it looks like it's so much more. It really does, because you're building muscle, losing fat at the same time.
Exactly.
You're doing the whole body recomp.
It's
Doing
so
the
cool.
body recomp.
And I mean, I can feel the difference when I go to the gym. I'm always like, oh, this is gonna suck. And then when you're done, you're like, yeah.
You're like, I got it done. Got it in, got it done. Check, check, check.
Extra protein shake tonight.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So, the last question. Would you
That's it?
recommend FireFit training to a friend?
Yes, I would absolutely recommend it. It's been really cool. It's been life-changing. It's just, I don't know, it's just the best. And I mean, you're such a great coach. It's so nice to talk to you every week, or for me, it's now every month. It's really awesome to have someone to ask, like, I'm not sure about this. Why is this not working? Or how many protein am I supposed to eat? Questions that at some point you really don't know about. And that's again where if you ask the internet, it's going to give you a multitude of answers. And it's really nice to have someone. You also were a nurse, so you know what you're talking about. It's not that you just decided one day, oh, I'm going to tell people what they should and should not eat. You know what you're talking about. And I really like that. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, Aletta, and thank you again for hopping on this call. That means a lot because of your progress. You've been amazing. You've stuck to this wholeheartedly from the beginning. So thank you again for coming on this call and for doing this interview with me.
Yeah, yeah, thank you for making this program and changing my life.